Who's up?
Michigan State, the average, the rebounding margin is 15 over their opponent per game. In your last game, I think it was 15. Michigan State got. So how much of an emphasis is that been in practice?
Well, this is not just the most efficient team in the country, but a team that out-rebounds their opponent by 17. So Michigan State only out-rebounds their opponent by 7. So the emphasis obviously is if we don't rebound, if we don't box out, then we're not going to win the game. I mean, it's really simple. You know, our two keys to the game is our transition defense and our ability to limit their second and third chance opportunities. They're so efficient. You know, you got Brianna Jones, who's right at 70% from the field, and then the rest of them shoot it at a real high clip also. But you just got to eliminate their opportunities, to steal offensive rebounds. And that's, for the last 2 days, that's really the only thing we've talked about. And our guys have tried to simulate them, and that's what I told our group, that if you can keep these guys off the rim, off the boards, then you can keep Maryland off the boards, because they're that good. And so we understand that has to happen tomorrow in order to give ourselves a chance to not win the game, just to be in the game.
I mean, we're having male practice players?
There's no question, but we also have male practice players. We have a rim protector, that hopefully, and you have to shoot it almost perfect for it to go through. But it really, is up there for the intent of making it a missed shot. And so we've done that for the last 2 days. And so, but that's not anything that our prep isn't different for Maryland than it is for anybody else. We always have to be able to control the boards, and that's always an emphasis for us. But this is a team that is just extraordinary on the boards, on the glass.
What did you see on the film in Michigan State that you could teach in terms of the missed rebounds and the things that happen?
Well, I think, again, we went back and our shot selection was good. We didn't hit enough shots, which has been frustrating. But I liked our shots we got. What I didn't like is how we came out in the second half. I thought that, we got a little bit of a lead there, and then they climbed back and made it a 2-point game at halftime, and then we came out and, for lack of a better word, I mean, we were flat, lackadaisical, just didn't have any purpose or energy, and they capitalized on that, right? That's when they went on their run, because we were ready to go. And at the end of it, and just talking to our gang afterwards, it was, I think everybody was in agreement that Michigan State just simply wanted the game more than we did. And that's not a place you want to be in February. You don't want to have to talk about effort. You don't want to talk about being lackadaisical. You don't want to have to talk about taking possessions off in February. I mean, that's something that at this point it's more about prep. It's more about a little bit of technique, but it's about being ready for 40 minutes, and that came back to bite us because we weren't ready once that third quarter started.
Obviously, you guys want to get back to the NCAA tournament. How much urgency is there? You got to build the resume at this point.
It's a reminder every day, and I've been really careful in talking. We only talk about the next game, but as I said to him today, you guys know what's at stake, and if you don't know, let me help you with that, right? And so they know. And it's my job to continue to remind them, but it's also my job to make sure, one, we're prepared, and two, we're confident. And right now, when you're not shooting the ball as well as we are, my biggest job and our biggest job as a staff is to come in and make sure we're instilling that in our guys, because we are good shooters, and we've seen ourselves take good shots and make good shots. And so tomorrow, it's the next game. It's another opportunity for us to get back on track and see some of those long balls go in. And so my hope is that we've continued to spend time shooting the ball, that our kids are going to benefit from the time that they're spending with getting extra shots up, because they are good shooters.
Around what time, I was asking Lex about just her defensive assignments, around what time did you start throwing her basically just, who's the best wing on the other side? When did you kind of start doing that?
That was last year. I think we just, the more I think that we spent time just in practice and then giving her assignments. Now it's just a trust thing, and now it's just kind of a given thing that she kind of realizes that she's going to have that assignment. But she's been God has given her the ability to be long and athletic, and so we're just taking advantage of that. And then on top of that is even though she's not outwardly spoken, and pretty quiet. She's extremely competitive, and so you give her that assignment. You give her the challenge, like we did at Wisconsin. We went into halftime, and McMorris had 13 points. You really got to clamp down. You got to be better. And she did a great job on Jankowska. It was just where we didn't do a good job on the point guard, McCutcheon and Taya Reimer, and so her supporting cast. Against Michigan State is what got us. It wasn't so much Jankowska and the fact that we didn't score enough points.
It seems like that's something too. I mean, if you get going on the defensive end, if you take pride in that, then it just makes the offensive end that much easier too, because you can just get going.
Right, and there's no question with this group, and I said it, and there's a similar group, right? They're all the same starters. If they see that thing going in, right, that ball going in, it's amazing the amount of confidence that they have, and that confidence certainly transfers over to the other end, and that's defending and guarding. And so that's what you hope. You hope as a coach that, like I said, we can come out and get out of the gates. We see a few of those go in. The rim becomes bigger for us. That gives us confidence, and then we go down, and we're just going to have to play with an extraordinary amount of toughness tomorrow too. There's some technical things, tactical things, scouting report things, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to our will, our determination, our toughness, our ability to keep them off the free throw line. But a lot of that is, some of it is tactical stuff. Some of it is, I'm just going to keep you off the boards, and that's what our mindset has to be. But I want them guys, my guys, to come in, and I want them to be extremely confident. They're at home, and I know that they're looking forward to the challenge, without question.
I know I asked about Misty last time we talked, but just after talking to her, at what point, I guess, how much do you know about her before she got here? It seemed like it was more just a reference thing.
Well, again, it is. I mean, I don't, obviously she played at Duke and then has been in the league, and, Coach Dunn was the one that actually recommended Misty to me, and, we have every year several resumes, but the thing that obviously the outlier for her was the fact that she was a pro, had been a pro, and I thought that was kind of a unique deal for us. And now she's, like I said, she's been great as a mentor for our guys, and a lot of them aspire to be pros, and so she also has the experience of being able to share with them, her experience, but kind of what it takes, right, to play at that next level as well. So, that's usually how things come about, right? I mean, the people that I've hired other than Rhett, I didn't, came by references, and it's just that I've been really blessed and lucky to be able to, everywhere I've been, to have a great staff.
How much better is she at coaching now than she was when she came in? Because obviously she didn't have that kind of experience.
Well, I think it's amazing. I think we would all agree as former players that, and now again, thinking back to even being a coach now, I think I could have been a much better player if I knew now what I knew then, or knew what I know now, versus then. Again, I think that it's still, none of us have it all figured out though, Sam. I mean, it's every day trying to get better and trying to realize that all of us, there's, and that's the thing about surrounding yourself with a staff, that you all want them to provide and be able to bring different strengths to the table. But in knowing that you don't have all the answers, but making sure that the answers that I don't have, though, I really try to figure those things out, and we're always in evaluation mode. And I think for Misty, especially when you're done playing and now you come into this, it's an eye-opening experience, because it's like I didn't realize, even when I played, that everything that our coaching staff has to do as far as their prep, and then, last night I'm running out of practice to go recruit, and so there's a lot of hats that everybody has to wear, and again, this is the best thing if you want to be a coach. I think the best place is to start there, being a graduate manager, because you really get your hands into a lot of different things, and then you kind of figure out from there if this is the lifestyle, if this is the profession you truly want to be in, because there's no such thing as an 8-to-5 day for us, and there's no such thing as an 8-month gig. I mean, it's year-round, and I think that's what is eye-opening for guys like Misty and even Eddie, just how much time goes into what we do.
Jen Anderson has really elevated her game in the past few weeks. What do you think has been the difference with her play?
Yeah, I've said this before. She's a senior. Her window as a senior is slowly closing, and I think that she wants. And I know that that senior class, they have goals in mind, and she wants to be a part of, helping that senior class, but then helping our program and, fulfill those, and be able to have, succeed in the goals that we've set for this team, and that's to get back to the tournament. And I think that's really what it comes from, is that she's a senior, she's our, a starter for us, and. It's not surprising. I mean, we've seen Jen do this last year, but it's just that I think we've been more intentional about getting her the ball. And we feel good about her being in the low block, and we feel good about her tomorrow being able to guard Brianna Jones. I think that's going to be a matchup that's going to be kind of terrific to watch if both of them can stay out of foul trouble.
Jen told us about, I guess, the Bell's palsy and something she's been dealing with.
Right.
Has she showed you a new level of toughness this year?
Well, yeah. I mean, she has, but like last year, John, you know this. I mean, she played with a fractured finger for the last 2 months of the season, and so not only and refused to get any kind. She had an opportunity to get surgery, and she refused to do that and just said tape it up, and I'm going to play the rest of the season. There's there obviously we have a tremendous amount of respect, that the fact that she has, had this for the last 2 weeks, and she's kind of played through it. And, we kind of laugh because that's when she started playing well, not that, I think she's in the process of that thing finally clearing up and just her feeling better. But I do think there's a level of toughness that you have to have, and she showed, when she's gone through that.
She's taking, seems like, less charges this year.
That's true.
Is that she done that on purpose?
I got that question the other day. I don't think it's not. I just think it's, charges are a funny thing. I just think you have to be in the right position. She tried to take at least 3 at Michigan State. Which was sort of what we were used to. But I think that's the one thing about Jen, is that one, she's selfless enough to do that for her team. But that's also being in the right position, because you don't want to, not be in the right position and then pick up silly fouls. And so I think that is, and again, she's intelligent enough and smart enough basketball player that she understands angles and understands where she needs to be, usually at the right time. But to say that she's taken less, I wouldn't know why that is. It's not because, like I said, she's afraid to try to get in the path of one of those, because we've seen her take up to 4 to 5 in a game before. So, and she was airborne at Michigan State on that last one. She got called for a block, but she was airborne for a minute. So.